Now, your growth, for some of you, if there's a breakup and a reconciliation, or even if you're single, it's just that your growth may spark someone's attention where they may see an opportunity. Welcome back to your video. We are about to get started. Thank all of you guys for tuning in. For more information on products and services, check the description box, the About tab here on YouTube, or head over to astronauthoochie.etsy.com for all of the products and services. Don't forget, the entire month of July, you guys are entitled to a free question and answer, a card pull, just for pulling up. Leave a comment in the chat, like the video, like a post on the community board, send me a screenshot with an email, and ask your question. We're about to get started. Now, you may have seen this spread on the shorts. I was trying to get into the whole short thing without always doing comedy and skits. I was like, well, let me do tarot shorts. It's a tarot channel. And the short was so deep, and I had to talk about it so fast, like 60 seconds. I said, this deserves a reading. So I'm gonna keep my hand out the way so it doesn't go blurry. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. You got, as you can see, that's the Six of Cups, the Tower. Then you got the Ten of Swords, and that looks kind of funky. So it may be a time for both progress and setbacks, but you have the ability to take action and manifest your desires. Your actions have an impact on your life experiences, which means like a situation could have or may go from a honeymoon phase into a ghosting or turbulence within the relationship to be taken on a journey for personal growth. But a problem solver you are, or the person is that's having this effect, and they can handle anything. So it may turn around, because the Magician does have this ideology at times that it'll just, I say it because that can be a man or a woman. I'll just say they may settle down later in life. So any current situations or early developed situations may have had some turbulence or could have experienced a sudden breakup or a change in feelings. Now, this is also in the reverse when you have the Magician that takes this journey and goes through all of the motions and then has this new perspective and now sees value in that relationship and could have had a change of heart, even after deception. Okay, and you could think it's a karmic contract, and to hell with them. The situation could turn around. Now, you also have, like I said, the Tower, and the fact that it's so close to this Ace of Pentacles, and then you have another Ace, the Sword. The change that someone is experiencing could have been inevitable with this Wheel of Fortune, but there's potential for a positive change and financial gain. So look at the problem with a fresh set of eyes, is what this Ace of Swords would say. A temporary period of chaos could bring about new perspective and or communication after a breakup. Someone may now see that they were wrong, and this could lead to new energy and a new beginning. A positive influence could pop up, and this brings you closer together. So I thought that was kind of dope, where it was just like a growth process or a growth spurt for some of you. And this isn't like a relationship reading. It's general, but I could point out for you where some things may be represented by a love situation, finances, or for some of you, it's a real strong like spiritual journey. It does include your belief system, God, and source. So stay tuned throughout the video, especially if you resonate with being like a chosen one or a divine child, or feel that you have a strong purpose in this world and may be multidimensional. Okay. Now, I saw the Ten of Swords, and I know everyone sees it, and sometimes it gets a bad rap. But with betrayal and pain and hitting rock bottom, possibly financially, the Ten of Swords, so close to this Ace of Cups, says that a dry spell in any area of your life that you've been experiencing begins to open up. Okay, the dry spell is over, and you may be opening up again to love. This could be the Magician. This could be the Hermit. All right. Now, remember to breathe, relax, and let go of control, because you're on a journey, and new beginnings after feeling defeated could be on the horizons for you. So some people could have been on a journey to find what truly grinds their gears or what their core values and beliefs are. With the Hermit, Ace of, and I think that that's super cool, where your journeys may have been similar and or opposite, but you share the same like core values, and I think that's cool. It may be related to your soul purpose, and it may even be like really heavy. I don't want to say overwhelming, but it may be really heavy emotionally, where someone could be trying to discern what's practical and reasonable and trying to stay rational because things could take off rather quickly, or they may have experienced a recent breakup, or you have. So it's a lot to process, and that's why breathing, relaxing, trying not to control it, because it is fate, could be the inevitable, and kind of just go with the ebb and flow. Okay, now your growth, for some of you, if there's a breakup and a reconciliation, or even if you're single, it's just that your growth may spark someone's attention where they may see an opportunity. And this doesn't have to be like a serious relationship, but you guys, again, could share the same core values, or it could be like single parents with children, or people that have experienced like certain living conditions or financial situations, and you guys just resonate with each other. Their intentions are genuine, or your intentions are genuine, and unexpectedly someone could catch feelings, like a situation that wasn't all hot and heavy. It was more so just, kind of genuine. Someone may catch feelings, which puts an end to any opportunistic behaviors that they could have had. And I think that that's kind of cool. Timing may also be a factor, as this could be a period to have been the type to say, you'll settle down later in life, much like when I see the High Priestess and the Magician together, right? Those are two people that aren't really concerned with relationships. And if they do get into a relationship or marriage, it was just like the person that was there at the right time when they had the itch for it, okay? So if you guys do want to see, because I don't know if you can see them all that great, it's kind of like further than I usually have them. Here is the Six of Cups. One is pouring into the other. So I do feel the reasonable relationships that you may attract due to a soul purpose or a core value, like I said, are very genuine. Now, some of you may have been on a journey, or some people that you will be interacting with in the near future have been on a journey to release outdated beliefs, or like I said, understand what core values are to them and what their true feelings are. This could hurt. It could have been very painful to experience this, whether it's the unexpected breakups, the unstable living situation, or even the instability of finances. For some could have felt like rock bottom, but the benefit of the Ten of Swords is it's all up from here at that point, which brings us to why the Wheel of Fortune could be here. And the Wheel of Fortune usually says that the universe is on your side. There's some sort of green light, and things that are happening in this moment could be fated. And it's like, well, what's fated? For some, a new home, a new stream of income, a practical relationship that may, take it long term. Somebody could stumble upon a treasure unexpectedly. And I'm talking about a large lump sum that not only fulfills you materialistically, but also spiritually. So it could be a job, a career, or just a relationship or circumstance that stimulates you all the way around. I'm surprised that I don't see the World card, but it totally feels like it. Now with the Ace of Cups there, it talks about a new love and bliss. So it talks about happiness. For some that broke this unreasonable belief system, or may have broken away from relationships and gone through this nostalgic energy to just like make peace with, time, the past, present, and future. This Ace of Cups could be anything from the wishing well itself, that in some lifetime you cared enough to wish or pray, and the divine answers that for you. It also talks about your conscious or subconscious mind, which is where we manifest from, and doing work in those areas could have been painful, but have led to new perspectives, or even just like a new frequency to attract different things in life. Now, there may be a situation that you felt was beyond your control, and may be presented in the feeling that the timing was bad if the circumstances prevented a new opportunity. like where someone wants to date, but they're not really financially stable, or, you know, I want this, but I don't have that, or it's just like bad timing. Someone could have experienced that, and your response to it determines your reward. However that goes. You could have not been toxic and drug someone through, you know, your karmic energy, and or that's someone else's feelings, you know, coming out of me for you. Like if you wonder, why did they ghost me, or why was it so hard for them to see that we are kind of like in alignment? This person was trying to respond to what they thought was uncertainty, and just didn't want to include someone else in that. And they felt that it wasn't the right opportunity, or it wasn't the right time. So their response may reward them with a second chance with you. Their response could lead them down a road to self-discovery, or that, I don't want to say rejection because I don't see rejection here, but that unexpected separation could even lead you on the path to this new fortune or whatever. So that means that you or someone else could have been focusing on the bigger picture. Okay. And it may have been focusing on the bigger picture that led to a separation, or for some of you, a reconciliation, or even the desire to reconcile, where one disappears and then one is now on this search for. And it could have been the same person, same situation, or multiple people, you know, that are crossing paths. Now may be the right time for new beginnings, if outdated beliefs have been shattered, with the Tower card up there. Now someone may be fighting for what they desire after hitting rock bottom, and there's been some sort of breakthrough. So I think that that's super cool. And I also have, like I said, for some of you that are on a more interesting journey, because there are some things that came up intuitively, and I was like, Spirit, are we going there? You want me to say this? So hear me out, right? Now, for some of you that have this hermit energy, I ask Spirit to take me through this journey of this hermit and the magician, and how it's relative to the concept of God or source, your abilities and capacity, and what exactly is going on here. So the burning house is at the top of your reading in the center, which would, if this was a body, be like the head, right? So that's why it talks about instability and stuff like that, because stability comes from the emperor, which is also considered the head, and instability would show up in like the Tower card. So the burning house, for some, could be a test of one's faith, like going after something you love, or opening up to something new, being available for new opportunities and having the bravery to seek it, but then be deceived or hit rock bottom. The challenge may have been a trial or a test to one's faith, and major changes are underway. So it could have been a challenge of your faith in what it is that you do. Like I remember Tyler Perry saying that when he came to LA, he saved all his money. He slept in his car for like a year or two. I don't know what he said, something like that. And he saved, I think, $12,000 over a series of time to do his first production. And he said nobody came. That could piss anybody off. And you in the middle of LA, young, homeless, he could have turned any other path, but he stayed on his path, and look where he is now. So when I say a test to one's faith and major changes being on the way, and then at the beginning of the reading, I did say that your responses, or these what feels like unexpected situations, are more within your control than it seems. So his reaction to no one showing up to his production clearly didn't shatter his faith in his higher power or himself, which leads us to like consciousness and what our beliefs are. So it's a possibility that it wasn't something outside of him, like a divine presence. And it totally could have been, because, you know, I believe in that kind of stuff too. It could have just been his own consciousness and his belief and faith in that now was his time. And regardless of what reality looked like, it was about to happen. And I mean, I'm going to say it one more time. Look at him now. So the Six of Cups, so close to the Tower. And then I was questioning what the path of the magician was. And then I stumbled upon, and intuitively I got this phrase. And then I went to research it, and lo and behold, it's a whole rabbit hole. So I was like, Spirit, you're something else. I'm gonna be smart after this. So with the Magician and the Six of Cups, with the Wheel of Fortune, and specifically this particular deck has a time clock with fire on it. I was like, Spirit, explain that. So the time clock, and this deck has no guidebook, by the way, so it's not something that the illustrator of the cards created. This is for you, okay? The persistence of memory. All right, that's what we got with the Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. And what it is a reflection of the Magician's past, present, and future. That's like somebody's life passing before their eyes. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have had like some near-death experiences or something like that. Or maybe you've been watching something, or you come across something where people say they had near-death experiences and met God or something like that, right? So I wanted to know what a persistence of memory was, and it's even closely connected to, like, Einstein was a very smart guy that came up with algorithms and formulas and concepts, right? Now, the theory of special relativity is also connected to this past, present, and future in the third dimension. Keep up with me, okay? Now, the theory of relativity is how the universe works for objects that aren't accelerating, which is E equals mc squared. Now, we all went to school, don't get me wrong. I done went to a few schools. I ain't never really kept it in my back pocket what E equals mc squared was after I passed physics, okay? So it's a law in physics, but also applicable to how the universe works. And for a lot of you, the universe, quote unquote, people connect to God itself, right? So if these are laws within physics that represents how the universe works, it talks about a hyper super space of the present, which are quadrants. Now, I could just be some goofy ass lady on YouTube talking to y'all, but I just wanted to see. So I flipped this card over and I did see the Four of Pentacles. And I do believe quad is four, right? Where we talk about quadrants. So if these quadrants are a reflection of this hyper, what is it called? Surface or super space or something like that. We're talking about time travelers and universal laws or some sort of very highly intelligent information. So I'm just like, okay, some of you guys may have interest in higher levels of information, or you're going to come into it, because we were sitting here on surface level accurately going over a journey of two people, one people, or even four persons, right? One people. Okay. You whatever. And then I was just so curious about these two people are set out on very serious paths. The Magician has a very serious path with gifts and abilities and all kind of shit that ain't normal, everyday civilian stuff. And so does the Hermit. So to even come across hyper surface or space or something like that, I know that the person that came up with the concept that God was dead or something like that was a German. And then it's also Germans that created the word God. So I thought it was crazy because I looked into the etymology of words, right? Whatever your belief systems are, don't be offended. This is not like a fact or opinion kind of thing. I'm reading the cards and I'm mostly talking about philosophy, science, and then some whatever spirit wants you to know, okay? So when I thought about the word hyper, I know that some people that have these mysterious capacities are considered to be hypersensitive, because when I was looking into quantum healing, metaphysics, and neurological things, hyper anything is often connected to people who say they can talk to God or can see God and all that kind of stuff. So here we are in a whole other category, which is, I believe this would be physics or universal laws. And there's an area where past, future, and present time has this little nothingness, one dimension of flat. And that made me think about the Matrix, or a time traveler, or a person who could manipulate time, space, or matter, and even through consciousness or something. So some of you may be looking for ways to do some of that stuff. And the E equals MC squared. And what was it? The persistence of memories, which keep us constantly aware of time, which probably is how we started aging faster and dying younger, because people used to live to like 300, 400, 1,000 years old. And then now we're at this reasonable 60, 70, 80, 100. You know what I mean? And it's because of our persistent, relationship with memories from childhood to adulthood, and how we associate youth and where we are in age and all kind of stuff, child. So after we got to the quadrants, and my nosy ass, let me look. Okay, and another 4. So now we got 44. For some of you, 44 could be a master number. And I learned this from Nipsey, actually. Some of you who are into archangels, ascended masters, or quantum space and stuff like that know what the arrangements are, which when I did the light body activation, I think it talks about the 4 corners, which is what's on the judgment card, and usually associated with 4 of the ascended masters. So here you have 4 quadrants. You have the 4 of wands, which could be the arrangement or the ascended masters or archangels or whatever. Okay. And it's like a place between time and space, right? That's what we were on. I'm going to stick to that. Now, the concept of God being dead makes sense because we talk about spirit all the time, or the other side. And of course, it's not like living. They went as far as to say that technically dead just means not alive. And then when he explained it, because I went to see this German guy that made this comment, it said not alive is just not in this dimension, but is in a non-linear way. So not in this dimension and in a non-linear space. And so again, non-linear, in case you don't know what it means, it's just non-linear talks about where sudden changes happen in different directions and at the same time. It's not restricted to the same universal laws that we have here. And then I thought about what they say, that God is like omnipresent. The throne of God is represented by the tower, which also is connected to sudden change. Different directions. We just talked about the 4 corners, or the north, south, east, west, whether that's the compass or the cross. And at the same time, and you guys literally have the burning clock. And in every religious context, when God spoke, it was like a burning bush, or, when somebody was knocked out, they thought they was hallucinating, or up on a mountain or something, which the magician is climbing stairs and the hermit is known to retreat back to the mountains. So if you ask me what this all means, I have no idea what's next, because I ain't seen nothing past the 4 of Pentacles. But I'm like, how did we go from these people's potential love lives and increase in finances with these newfound perspectives and core beliefs matching? So coming into your soul tribe, or just growing into yourself, how did we get to that, right? You guys have the King of Coins facing forward. And I feel that the King of Coins is a teacher, is very wise, is very practical, is very reasonable. It does talk about maybe we getting back on topic, which is a practical partner. And I'm only giving this King of Pentacles like the Ace of Pentacles. It could talk about one of the archangels or ascending masters that you may be closest to. Now, I know usually it's the knights for me that represent like archangels. When it comes to ascended masters, if I had to think about who the King of Coins would be, Jesus as a concept works because Jesus was a carpenter. The carpenter is the 8 of Pentacles, so why not? Now, the center of the reading, we are at a cross, and the cross usually talks about the heart. The heart keeps a lot of record for past life information, as it's next to time, as well as the Ace of Cups. Now, those are where you guys could dig down deep to get your, past life gifts and abilities. Maybe you're working on the heart chakra or trying to do some sort of activation. Jesus, okay. I was just going to say I'm scared to take any more cards, and I hope nobody is sitting at home thinking that this some fucking kind of Las Vegas magic show. Now I'm going to shuffle the motherfuckers because I can't. Running up that hill. Okay, so you got the Lovers and you got some more shit burning. So I think some of you could have a twin flame or like a soulmate, situation that could be connected to a wish. Maybe you prayed and was like, God, I just want us to be together. Or, you came back to this earth to find him motherfucking ass. And maybe that's the Ten of Swords where there was some deception and this person is just on this path to discover something. And it could be the big homie talking to buddy like, whoa, what you doing? And he's sitting there like supposed to take action and didn't. That sounds like a twin flame. And here goes the Hermit. I'm just going to take another path and forge forward. I'm going to go against the Two of Wands. And here's the Hierophant. His belief systems or maybe the concept of marriage scares the fuck out of him. And here he goes on the mountain. So I'm going to take one more to see if they mind change. We have Temperance. Temperance is the reconciliation card. I'm going to shuffle it. So this don't seem like some Las Vegas freak show. I am like stunned. I'm going to ask Spirit if we have any more words. We have the Page of Swords, which is a word, a messenger. It also talks about communication, maybe a text, a letter, an unexpected visitor. That is insane. You did have a reading that opened with the Five of Cups that said that there was a person that may have felt guilty, had some sort of grief, or felt they missed an opportunity and are kind of going through the motions of that, but are persevering. All right, Hermit. The Hermit is going to push through, okay? Because the man, I'm going to find it for you. The man in that reading, or some of y'all just saw it. The man in the Five of Cups that was tied up and bound by the devil, his own addictions and or sexual behaviors or questionable professions that felt they were missing an opportunity. That person with that Eight of Wands has possibly communicated with some of you, will communicate with some of you, or taking action and moving out of that energy. And here we have the Nine of Wands, where that has led us to a place that the work began, and maybe they walking toward completing it. I don't know, child, but there's some more fire, and hopefully God walking with them, child. That's something else. This was a lot. It was a lot. Leave me some comments. Let's talk about it. Use your free card or questionnaire so we can see why Spirit wanted y'all to know that E equals MC squared. And don't forget to hit the like button. Share the video. Come back, listen to it tomorrow, because maybe however it resonated today, it could resonate differently, because I can assure you, I said that it was a lot of information to go through, to give to you guys. And then throughout the reading, more information came up. So it is definitely something that I chose to sit with after making like a 60-second short, and to see the Eight of Pentacles come out with the King of Pentacles in the center of the cross, which is the heart. Maybe somebody has learned that what matters to them is money. I ain't saying nothing about, Christ or nothing like that, but the core values and beliefs, it's like after doing this self-reflecting and communicating with source, or getting the emotions and the subconscious in order after these trials and tribulations, what is important to me, and for some of you it was, or it may still be, your higher power, your personal power, and your soul purpose. Like to me, it seems like some of you have said maybe marriage is cool with a life partner or something, but all of that burning hot love and toxic situation shit, I don't think y'all into that. And maybe that's why 44 came up. So that's your word, baby. That's the message. And I do hope that it helps.